Can you just get me some books? Hey, it's your favorite friend Felicia, and we are back with another video. And today it's a topic that I love so much because it's near and dear to me, and that is reading. If you've been listening to me for even a little bit, you know that I read a lot. I'm always reading for school, I'm reading for my own personal development, I'm reading for fun. So I always have my head in a book somewhere when it's not in front of my iPhone making content for you guys. So with that being said, I wanted to share with you guys, for one, the things that I read in the month of September, and then also what I plan to read going into the month of October. So I don't want to prolong anybody's time. I know y'all is just here to see what is this girl reading, what is helping her so much. So I want to share that with y'all. So let's get right into it. All of the books, I'm going to just put a link of, or a picture of them right here on the screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that they look like. I only have two with me that I brought in my book bag today to read, so I'll show those two, and then any of the other ones, I'll just put them right here on the screen for you guys. So in September, I didn't read as much as I feel like I should have, but sometimes I remember that I'm so judgmental of myself and I forget that I actually read multiple textbooks a month as well. So that being said, I only finished 3 books in the month of September. So the first one was Atomic Habits. Listen, I'm pretty sure that I am not the first creator or person, business owner, entrepreneur, student. I'm not the first person that you've heard talk about Atomic Habits. And if I am, let me just tell you, this book is worth the hype. If you are truly ready to get yourself to the next level, truly ready to push yourself in areas of success that you feel like you have struggled with, Atomic Habits is definitely for you. And the premise of the book is basically just to teach you how to kind of break your goals down into more chewable bites at a time. It also helps you to understand how to process your thinking about your time and the things that you need to get done so that you can create more meaningful automatic habits, and habits that you do less of, but that compound together and have big effects. So if you're looking into just really increasing your productivity, maybe even shifting your mindset about how you feel about your productivity, Atomic Habits is definitely the book for you. Next book that I finished in September was actually The Richest Man in Babylon. And that book was great for me because I need real life examples. And for me, that means that I need to know, like, okay, what did you do? What did you do when you messed up? Because I know that you messed up. And when I listen to certain like financial gurus and all of those like different types of people, granted, I don't research a whole lot of them or anything like that, but just what I had already been given access to, it was like nothing ever clicked for me. Nothing gave me a real life example of how this can work if this, and this may or may not occur. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just gave me a real life example. So The Richest Man in Babylon is actually a really good book around finances, and it's based in Babylonian times, and it's basically almost like a collection of little short stories all surrounding this richest man, and it gives you the same, I think it's 5, maybe 7 money principles that really help you to be able to understand how to accumulate wealth, how to manage wealth, all of those different types of things. So this is a book that I will actually be referring to frequently. Just to give you an idea, one of the concepts of the book is to basically live on less than you earn. And we all know that, right? But the concept is the first 10% you take and you give that to yourself. So for me, that meant that the first 10% I tithe, and then after that, I was like, okay, so now I'm learning how to live on 80% of my income. So that's one of the principles that is taught in this book, and it's taught in such a way that you can see it be played out in real time across, real life people. It doesn't sound like something that just happened overnight. And I know that for me, that's how I could kind of hear those things when some people said it. Sometimes it was just like, okay, it sounds like you got a big break, and I don't really know how you did this, and this, and got here, because there's something missing. So this book was really great for me. So the last book in the month of September was actually I'm Glad My Mom Died. So I saw her book and I was intrigued by the title, but I wasn't planning on purchasing it until I saw some of her interviews and saw some of her excerpts from the book. So then I became very much intrigued on what it was that she had gone through, and all of those different types of things, because again, I like real life examples. So obviously the things that she went through and the things that her mom had going on and just her family dynamic, there were a lot of things that you can look at from a psychological perspective. So to be able to see those things playing out in real time and what they actually look like from a perspective of someone experiencing them, it was very interesting for me to read. So that was definitely on my to read list, and I did get through that book. It was very much entertaining. It was intriguing, and yeah, I would highly recommend that if you're just looking for what am I reading going into the month of October. So I'll start with the two books that are here in front of me. The first one is The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Harris. So as you can see, I am very much in an entrepreneurial, productive, financial type mindset at this particular point in my life. So I'm reading a lot of those books because I genuinely do find enjoyment in reading these books right now, because I'm at a point where I can absorb that information in a way that I can actually use it to continue to move forward and do what it is that I want to do in life. So this book is good, and it's exactly what it says. It's talking about basically how to maximize the productivity of your time so that you're not spending so much time feeling like you have to work, especially if you're working for other people. So that's a read that I'm definitely getting into this month. It is a larger book, and it's one that I'm kind of taking chunks at a time, so I don't know if I'll finish it this month, but we have started. So the next book I'll be at least starting this month is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I think this book is, both of these books are actually pretty popular in the business world, I do believe, especially in the corporate world for this one, I think. This one actually is one that helps you to learn how to basically deal with other people. So this is going to be good for me because I went into a place in my life where I had a lot of defense mechanisms, so I actually became very avoidant in my interactions with other people. So it's been quite a few years since I've actually mingled with people the way that I need to. And now that my nonprofit is up and running and we are ready to hit the ground running with different programs and looking for funding and things like that, I actually have to get out and network a whole lot more, which is completely different than being behind the camera talking to you guys, knowing that you will listen to me a couple of days later. So with that being said, I'm hoping that this book will help me to, feel more comfortable just about how I engage with people, to kind of get out of my own head about just my personality. I have 3 other books that I'm going to start reading this month. The first one is going to be Your Purpose is Calling by Darius Daniels. I'm going to be starting this book. It's his newest release, and I'm really excited about it. I don't even know what the book is about other than the title. I'm not even going to lie to you, but everything that Darius Daniels has ever given me has helped move me towards my purpose regardless. So I'll be starting that book to go along with some coachings that I'm doing with him. So that's one. And then I'll also be reading Confession. I believe that's a Colleen Hoover book. It's just the most recent fiction book that I picked up, so that's what I'm going to end up reading this month. I try to make sure that at least every other month I include some fiction books so I can be able to just read for entertainment. I spend so much time reading and absorbing knowledge. I try to allow myself a little bit of an escape, if you will, through fiction reading, to just be able to use my imagination in different ways. The last book that I'm going to be reading in the month of October is going to be The Whole Brain Child. So The Whole Brain Child is a very prominent book in especially the field of psychology and those that are working with children. So since my nonprofit is going to be starting a mentoring program with kids, I plan to start reading more of those books because I only have what classes I've taken in child psychology, so I'm going to make sure that I'm expanding my understanding so I can bring the best, the best thing to the kids in the program. And I said maybe because there is a book club that I'm looking at getting into, and I don't think I'll have the books finished for their October meeting, so I might pick up the book that they're going to go over in November. So if I do, I'll link that below. All of the books that I talked about today, you guys, are going to be linked in my Amazon store down in the description box. If you've read any of these books, especially the ones that I'm about to read in October, let me know how you like them in the comments and give me some suggested readings. As you can see, I already have like a plethora of different books, and you can kind of see what it is that I like to read through those. So make sure you give me some suggestions in the comments. I'm always looking for suggestions. I actually asked my boyfriend for Christmas. He normally gets me either a bag or like a cologne. So I was like, you know what, for this year, don't worry about those things. Like, can you just get me some books? But get me books that you would read, because I want to expand the things that I digest, the things that I, take in. But I'm gonna go into the store and I'm gonna always buy the things that I like to buy. So I was like, pick a few books that you would go into the store and that you would pick up to read for yourself, and I want those as a Christmas gift. So I'm actually excited about that. We'll see how it goes. But I hope you liked today's video, friend. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I am excited about where we are going, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.